continuing on with my video here again is that, after the, I guess, brief rumble or whatever that Miss Prophet 123 had with Tommy Sotomayor, he immediately came back and said, whoever wants to have at her, go ahead and have at her, because he, pretty much sees what she's all about. See, one thing about it again is that anytime, and I've always said that and expressed this many times in my videos, is that anytime you find someone that is always sitting up there looking at the disparities and the issues and everything of what's going on with the other person without taking self-inventory of themselves, to me that lets me know that they're afraid of what they're going to see when they really truly search to see what's going on with themselves. Again, I don't have time to sit there and talk about too many, the issues that I see in black women, because number one, there are too many, not to say that we don't have any as black men. And number two, it's really a complete waste of time. The only thing that you're doing is actually saying the old message, but again, it's just with a new face. So really, it doesn't really make much sense, for her to get up there and say all of these things about black men. And the reason why she's saying it is, again, it's because I believe that she doesn't have any of them checking for her. So again, and it's just so funny. It really is. And I really do think that she really get a rise out of the black men supposedly calling them out, and again, she gets a rise out of when you have these other sisters that's backing her up. And again, this is YouTube. You are free to believe and uphold any type of ideology, any type of philosophy, and any type of, thing that you want to regarding of what somebody else or how somebody else may view something. But again, you have to be careful about who you co-sign with, because again, you got to look at the intentions of the person who's actually doing the video. If they're not actually doing a video to bring awareness, and I mean true education, where it can actually help someone along the way, then you know what? Then their whole purpose of being here on YouTube posting anything is pretty much full of poison, and it doesn't really offer anything as far as uplifting the black community. And she does fall into that situation, in my opinion, because again, she does not have anything that is really worth listening to. The only reason why I actually listen to some of her videos is because of the link that I received in my inbox stating, who is, and I was like, okay, she sounds a bit hurt, like somebody did her in personally. And see, one thing about it, again, is that if somebody did you in personally, center your argument on the person that actually done you wrong. Don't sit there and try to poison the whole community or the whole gender of that person that did you wrong. That, to me, is just, again, a sign of a weak person or a person who can't stand rejection. And again, I'm not trying to talk about her or trying to, to belittle her as a person, because she's a person that is entitled to her own opinions. But you really have to understand and know something. Again, when you sit out there and tell lies, in my opinion, for the most part, because again, your issue is not everybody's issue. And I actually had to say that a couple of times, and when addressing some people here on YouTube. One thing that I've actually noticed about black folks, meaning black men and black women, we tend to live through the YouTube. We live through the computer screen. Everything that goes on, it has to center around what we've heard on YouTube, what somebody said about us on YouTube, what somebody is doing on YouTube. You need to put the computer away and go out and live life. And whatever happens to you in the world, keep that stuff separate from what you talk about here on YouTube, because nobody is interested in how somebody did you in. Because if they did you in, then you know what? You have to look at yourself and wonder how you could allow that to happen to you. So you cannot sit there and blame your issues that you have with men on all, to say that all men are that way, because again, all men are not that way. And I am thankful to God in heaven that all black women are not like Miss Prophet 123, because if that's the case, then you know what? There would be a logical reason why black men are not wanting to be with black women. Again, this is just an old issue. And again, it's an issue that we just keep going, to and fro, back and forth with, not really reaching any type of resolution because of, number one, we do things just for shock value. Everything that we do and say, we're doing it because we want subscribers. We're doing it because we want somebody to pay attention to us. We're doing it because we want fame and this, that, and the other and everything else. Again, if somebody did you wrong, you know what? Get over it. If somebody cheated on you, get over it. Again, there's a lot better people out there who will respect you for who you are. But one thing about it, that when you're sitting out there flouting this or giving out this poison and then trying to sit there and back it up with your groundless, accusations about men and what they are. And I mean, you're not saying some black men, you're saying that these are just what black men are in general. I'm here to call you, look, sister, you are nothing more than a hood rat. who is looking for attention and who wants a man but cannot find one, so she takes to the YouTube, again, living through YouTube, to voice her ills and her complaints and her frustrations in hopes that someone can come to be her knight in shining armor. But again, it's not going to happen. I mean, and if it does, you know what? Then, hey, it is what it is. But again, you have to really understand and look at her for what she really represents and what her purpose really is, because she doesn't really represent anybody in any positive light. And she is definitely not doing the sisters any type of favor if they really look deep into what this woman is saying. Again, you know, she classifies and judges and generalizes all men, all black men. And again, knowing, and hopefully I would think that she would have some sort of education to know that all black men are not that way. Again, you know, we have options as well. Just like women have the option to sit there and run their mouth, we black men have the option to walk away and don't want to even be bothered with it, because we're better than that. I don't have to be what a black woman calls me. Again, if I answer to what she's calling me, then you know what? Then there may be some validity to what she's saying. But again, I look at her videos and everything, and I laugh. I get a good laugh out of it because, again, number one, it doesn't apply to me. And number two, she's saying just what she wants to say for shock value. Can't you people see that? I'm surprised that nobody has picked that up already. If you have, you know what? Good for you. But I'm just saying here, I just wanted to just kind of just give this quick message here because, again, you know, you have to be careful who you co-sign because, again, look at their overall purpose of what they're saying and why they're saying, you know, it is. Because, again, you know, it's truly, you can see it just for a fact. The woman has been hurt. She's been scarred. And now that she's been scarred and now she's seeing that, I guess, that there's nothing she can do to get over it, she wants to put that frustration and blame it on other folks. That's one classic sign of black women. You need to take responsibility for your own actions and be able to handle your own disappointments without letting the whole YouTube world know that you are incapable of handling your own situations. Okay? That's all I have to say for now. That's all I'm going to say. Bye-bye.